Hi, I'm Scott Newman with the Newman Group at Rare Real Estate. I work mainly in Innisfil, Barry, and across Simcoe County and York region, helping homeowners and families navigate their next chapter, whether that's selling, downsizing, or finding something that fits their lifestyle today. Before becoming a realtor, I spent nearly 20 years running New Ridge Refinishing Group, a renovation company that's helped thousands of homeowners transform their space. The experience taught me how to see value beyond paint and price. Recently, I helped some family members downsize, selling their forever home and moving them into a fully renovated 1,000 square foot plus condo that fit their new lifestyle perfectly. That's what I love most, helping people move forward comfortably and with peace of mind. I was born and raised in Hamilton, and I spent many years living in the Toronto area, places like North York, Thornhill, and Maple. So I know those markets inside and out. My wife Ashley and I moved to Innisfil for a better lifestyle. Wanted more house for less money, less traffic, and a real sense of community near the water and nature. It's an up and coming town, and it's been exciting to watch it grow with new developments like the upcoming Orbit project. It's a great place to raise a family and still stay connected to the GTA. I became licensed realtor in 2024 after nearly 20 years in the renovation world. In my first year, I completed over 30 transactions, everything from family homes to condos to investment properties. I made the move into real estate because I love helping people through important transitions. I already understood homes, how they work, what adds value, but what I wanted was to guide people through the process of selling or buying. It's about relationships, communication, and making sure people feel supported every step of the way. People say I'm direct, and they're right. I don't sugarcoat things or tell you what you want to hear. I tell you what you need to hear about the market or your home. I'm also responsive. You won't be wondering where your agent disappeared to. If you call or email, you hear back from me, period, no matter what. I work alongside my wife, Ashley, who's working on her license, and she's a genius behind how we prepare homes for sale and match buyers with the right property. When you work with us, you get two sets of eyes and twice the attention to detail. We personally contact every agent and prospective buyer, line up the right showings, and handle the research so you can make an informed decision. So there's no lazy realtor here. In town, we have an authentic Mexican place that has the best tacos around. And on the weekend, we like to go to Friday Harbor to restaurants like the Fishbone and even downtown Barrie. They got a street called Dunlop Street, which has a row of unique restaurants that we like to go enjoy time and hang out with people and clients. I'm a bit of a workhorse. I generally enjoy what I do, and that takes up most of my time. When I'm not working, I'm usually with my kids at one of their sports or school events. A lot of our clients are in the same stage of life as well. So we connect on real things like family schedules and keeping life balanced. I focused mainly on Innisfil, Barrie, and the surrounding Simcoe County area, as well as York region where I used to live. These areas attract families and retirees who want more space, community, or a better pace of life without giving up access to the city. Because I've lived and worked in both Toronto and small town markets, I know how to position a property to appeal to both types of buyers. My background's in renovation, so I understand homes, but my true specialty is communication. I don't disappear once the paperwork is signed or the house is listed. I keep my clients informed, answer every question, and make sure you always know what's happening and why. When we're selling, I'll work with your preferred contacts, my database of contacts, whatever it takes to make sure the deal is done. I'm direct, honest, and I follow through. That's what people remember after we close. There was one case where it was a couple empty nesters that were looking to downsize, and they were really overwhelmed with the process. And my wife and I, we took them by their hand and we took over everything to help them along the way. And they were so appreciative of it because we weren't just preparing their house for sale and selling their house, but they haven't sold a home in or purchased a home in over 40 years. So we walked them through the process. We helped them through every step of the process. And then on the flip side, we also needed to find a place for them, a new condo that they were going to move into. So both sides of the story were it wasn't an easy market to sell and it wasn't an easy market for the type of condo they were looking for. But we made sure we put all the time and effort into getting the house ready for sale, but also being on the lookout simultaneously for that condo and making sure everything lined up together to make sure it was a smooth transition. We got the home sold and we found the right condo We had the closing and everything smoothly lined up to make the transition. And they were so appreciative when it was all said and done. And even to this day, they keep telling me how appreciative they are. And they're so happy in their new place. And life is so much more relaxed now that they no longer have to deal with a house and they've downsized into their new spacious condo. For me, it's a family time. We'll head down to the lake, have a barbecue, or catch one of the kids' games. Those simple moments where there's no deadlines, no showings, and gives us time to recharge. We have a sheepadoodle named Stanley. He's still a puppy and he's a total firecracker. He needs tons of walks, attention, and playtime, which actually keeps me moving a lot and outdoors getting a lot of fresh air. He's got more energy than the entire house combined, but he's a great reminder to slow down and enjoy that moment. If I wasn't a realtor, I'd still be building something. I'm wired for business and I love creating structure, solving problems, and helping people move forward. Whether it's in the renovation business, real estate, or even a different venture, I'd always find a way to turn ideas into action. Most important part when we're selling a home, it's the stress lifted off of people once they realize they're not doing it alone. Selling a home, especially one you've lived in for decades, can feel very heavy. These memories, emotions, and a lot of moving parts that are involved in it, it gives me pride in simplifying it all, keeping you informed and handling the details so you can focus on what's next. So when we're all said and done and the house is closed, I don't treat it like a transaction. It's more like a relationship. A lot of my clients end up becoming friends or long-term contacts, including the example I gave you earlier. Even to this day, it's been a year and we still stay in contact and they're happier than ever in their new place. So I check in, I see how the move went or answer any questions that pop up months later. Real estate isn't something that ends with the sale. People's lives keep moving, and I like being someone that they could still count on in that moment. One thing that clients are surprised to learn about me is that I'm not a natural salesperson. I'm a business person and I'm a straight talker. I never learned the slick sales pitch or public speaking. I think that's what clients actually appreciate most. They know I'll tell them the truth, even when it's not what they want to hear, because I'd rather have a hard conversation now than problems later. It's very difficult when you promise something that you know you can't deliver on later, and it really sets the expectations right up front. When you just tell them the truth and say, hey, this is your situation and this is what we're looking at. I'd rather be fully transparent. And that's really the best way to build trust. So, the biggest part of our job is helping clients navigate through the process, go to person for every step along the way. Over the years, I've built a reliable network from anywhere from cleaners, stagers to movers, and even lawyers. So when clients ask, who do I call first? I've already got vetted options ready. My wife, Ashley, helps coordinate a lot of the prep work behind the scenes, making sure the proper process runs smoothly from preparing your house for photos, for showings, everything along the way. We start from the initial consult till the time that we list and then the offer date to closing. We're there every step of the way and we're always communicating, whether that's setting up a group chat with all the parties involved to handling the connections between all the other service providers. We're hands on, organized, and there's always a plan, so nothing ever falls through the cracks. Just to give you an example, the seller who had to move on short notice because he had a family health concern and the house needed some work and they were feeling overwhelmed. I helped them prioritize what really mattered for the sale, just to focus on what needed to be done. So we focus on what needed to be fixed, what can we leave, and manage the timeline so everything can come together quickly and just focus on the important things. We ended up listing it fast, marketed it right, and sold above expectations. So we sold above asking and we got it done within a very short period of time. More importantly, they were able to move when they needed to without extra stress. And that's the most important at the end of the day is making sure the client is taken care of and they're happy with the end result. As a realtor, you can get many designations out there. I don't have formal designations, other than being a licensed realtor, but I have real world experiences, both professionally and personally. My parents, they're getting older. And I've seen firsthand what goes into helping them make those lifestyle changes when they transition to the next phase. And I also have clients that I mentioned earlier where I'm transitioning them from downsizing from selling their house to transitioning into a condo in their retirement years. That perspective helps me understand what many of my clients are going through, the need for patience, clear communication, and support that goes beyond just paperwork.